In order for us to unlock the ion battery and the ion power cell, we need to actually scan 6 architect artifacts. And in today's guide, I'm going to show you where to get all 6 and how to unlock your very own ion power cell and ion batteries. Now for the first location, we're really not going to show how to get there because early game you're going to get a beacon for the emergency supply cache. That's where you want to go, is to that beacon right there. You're going to see this plate right here, and there's going to be various different things that you're going to be able to get in the area. And we're going to go right over here. You're going to see this big hole in the ground, which is going to take you into the Arctic kelp caves. Now, this cave system is pretty extensive, and you can get lost and turned around quite easily, so a little bit of caution, thank you, little guy, is advised. But for the purpose of this guide, we're actually only going after the architect fragments, so let's go ahead and go down into the tube. And there's only one way to go, and that's about southeast. And you're going to come into this chamber. You're going to have different avenues that are going to pop off. But if you look at the floor, there's a hole in the floor. We're going to go down into the floor and then down into the other hole. And right here is the first architect fragment for you to scan. Now, we're going to go, once you're done with that, you can come back up all the way. And since we came southeast, we're going to want to go about northwest to get back out. I'm finding the tube that's in the northwest and following it. And there we go. Now for this one, we're actually going to be starting at Delta Station Dock. Now from here, we're just going to go up like we normally do. We're going to go all the way up and kind of veer to the right and go into the cave. Then we're going to hug the left and we're going to go up the stairs. And we'll go into the path like we normally do, heading up towards Delta Station. But instead of going to the right, we're going to go to the left. Let's go ahead and go down this way. And then turn to the left and follow the path around. Just like this. And continue through. If you get cold, you can jump in here and it'll warm you up. Now from here, we can just continue through this crevice. And follow the path all the way through. Just like this. You're going to see it's going to look like it's going to come out to an end on this side, and you're going to feel like you missed the entrance, but you didn't. It's actually right here on your right. Come in this way. Here it is, right here. Now for this location, we'll be going to an artifact that's within the deep, twisty bridges. We're going to be starting at Delta Station Dock, and so let's go ahead and get into the water. Once we're inside our sea truck, let's go ahead and go over the equipment that you're definitely going to need. You will need a rebreather, and I have an ultra high capacity tank, but a high capacity tank will do just fine. Now from here, you want to turn northwest, and we're going to be going about 315 to 320 meters away from the Delta Station Dock beacon. So if we just skim on top of the water and just go for a little while, you can turn around and judge your distance by highlighting back over the beacon for Delta Station Dock, and it tells you how far away you've gotten. Going back to northwest, we continue on. It's actually like I'm going straight to the emergency supply cache, but I'm not. I can actually just back up and keep it highlighted so I can judge my distance. Okay, we're about 320 meters. Now, if we look straight down, we're just going to go straight in here. You can actually see the platform where you got the rebreather and the caves where we first encountered Alan. Now, down below here, there's a crack in the floor, and this is where we're going for the deep, twisty bridges. I'm going to leave my sea truck about 200 meters, and I like to keep it in the crack or just inside the crack. It kind of marks a location for me where I need to exit. And that's why I liked it. So from here, we're going straight down. There is, of course, a squid shark down here, so you need to take precaution, and spike traps. Once we get to the seafloor like this, you want to point yourself southwest and just go straight southwest. Once you encounter a wall, you want to stay kind of on the left, hugging this wall like this. And you're going to see a cave entrance right here. You just follow this cave entrance. Here it is. Right here. Now, I would like to note that in each location you can find ion cubes. Make sure you're grabbing these because you will need ion cubes in order to make your ion batteries. Now, for this location, we'll be going to the mining site. Now, we're going to be starting at Delta Station Dock, and we're just going to get right into the water. The location we're going to go to is going to allow us to get our sea truck in, kind of like through the back door, and this is the entrance I always use. So, from Delta Station Dock, once we're facing it, we want to go to the right and just follow the island, kind of like I'm doing, all the way around. We'll come to this trench. We want to bypass this trench and continue. We'll be looking for a trench that has thermal vents, and that's where we're going to go into. Let's see this one. There is no thermal. We're going to bypass this and continue. Past this rock puncher. This one right here should be our gold. We go deep down inside. You can see right here as it spawns in. And it spawns in like that for me because I am on console. And if we go down and turn around, we're going to get this hole right here. And even though this is kind of in the way, it's still going to allow you to go through. Down, up, and forward. You're going to see a hole in the wall, just like this. And you'll only really need an MK1 depth module for your sea truck in order to do this. See the hole in the floor, and let's just go ahead and go down inside here. Now, if you haven't been to the mining site yet, it is worth your time to explore it because there's a lot of fragments here, including the thermal plant and prawn suit and the prawn suit drill arm fragments as well. We're just going to follow the tracks. And almost every part of this you'll be able to get through with the MK1. Except for the very end where you'll have to stop and you can just dive down for the last pits. So we're just going to continue to follow this track. Now the track's going to veer to the right. But there's going to be an entrance on the left and we want to go here. We go right inside. Here's an alien artifact right here. For the next location, we're going to be going to the deep purple vents. We'll be starting at Delta Station Dock, and let's just get right into the water. Once we're inside our sea truck, we're going to go over the equipment that you're definitely going to need. I do advise bringing a rebreather and at least a high capacity tank. Now, I have an ultra high capacity tank, but a high capacity tank will do just fine. And the depth module MK1 at least for your sea truck. Now, facing Delta Station Dock, we're going to go to the left and we're going to hug the island and go around. We're going to be going to the rear of Mercury 2. And there is possibly a squid shark in our way, so if you have a perimeter defense for your sea truck, I'd advise getting it ready. As we come into the groove and it starts to open up, we can just go straight right out of it. And this will take us to the rear of Mercury 2. From here, we're going to go to the left and follow along the backside of Mercury 2. Once we get to this, we're going to want to turn southeast and start to descend and follow along the left side of Mercury 2. Continuing to go southeast. Now we're going to want to turn and kind of staying to the ground here as you see it, about 145 meters down. We're going to want to go north and northeast, following along. There is a squid shark, like I said, right there in front of us. Worth giving him a little bit of a shock, and we're kind of following along, staying low. I'm trying to stay on the outside here because we're going to find a smaller fragment of Mercury 2, and that's where we're going to enter into the purple, deep purple vents. Here it is, right here in front of us. And it actually sits right over a crack that will allow us into the deep purple vents. Now, if you do not have the MK1 depth module for your sea truck here, at this point, you would have to get out and go the rest. So we go down inside. And we want to turn southwest. We hit the wall. We're going to turn to the left. Follow it. It's going to drop down. Go ahead and drop down. Turn to the right. Follow it, and you can actually see right here is what you need to scan. Also, just inside here is an ion cube. Once again, make sure you're grabbing your ion cubes at these locations because you will need them to make your battery. Now, for the sixth and final location to unlock your ion batteries, we're going to be starting at Delta's station dock. I'm going to be starting on the very right side of the dock, and I'm going to get right into the water. As you can see, my sea truck is literally lined up right here with it. And once we go inside, go over the equipment that you're going to need. You will need a rebreather. Now, I have an ultra high capacity tank, but you'll be just fine with a high capacity tank. You will need at least an MK1 depth module for your sea truck, and I do advise having perimeter defense because we will be dealing with Cryptosuchus, potentially squid sharks, and you will encounter a Chilicerat, which is right above the area that we need to go to. So from here, we're going to be going east-southeast, one click to the right of east. And actually, I'm just going to go straight. I'm going to kind of hug the floor here as much as I can, and I'm going to have my perimeter defense highlighted and ready to go. As I stated, as you come through the purple vents, you'll be dealing with the Cryptosuchus, and they do a good amount of damage, not only to the player, but to your sea truck as well. So when they come by you, just give them a little shock. Now, as everything starts to drop off like this, we're going to drop with it and kind of stay close to the floor. Like this. Now, I say potentially you may encounter squid sharks. I've seen squid sharks in the area immediately dropping off, but it's not always, not every single time. Now, as it drops off again, we're going to drop again. You're going to see the smaller piece of the Mercury 2. We're going to go right over this, heading east, southeast, one click to the right of east. Oops. Like this, and staying close to the ground. Just keep going. And then it's going to drop like this. We're going to drop with it. staying close to the ground. There is a Chilicerat patrol area right above you. Areas right there. You know you're in the area, correct? You're going to see a number of crack veins, and it doesn't matter if you don't go exactly because these veins, these cracks actually are in different areas. You go down here. There you go. That's why you need your perimeter defense. Okay, so let's go down inside here, kind of hide. From here, we're going to get out and go straight down into this hole. Now, there's a lot of lithium as well as rubies here. So while you're here, and if you need to stock up on that or diamond, go ahead and grab them. Right here is the final artifact that you need. This would be number 6. And with this scan, you'll actually find an ion cube right here, as well as an ion cube right here. I advise grabbing both of those, and after you've scanned it, you should automatically unlock the blueprint for the ion battery as well as the ion power cell.